Hey guys, this is Ryder, back with another episode of Get in Shape. I'm still at my desert village and I've been busy. I've been putting up little houses everywhere, I've been having iron golems spawning everywhere, and I've been farming trees, getting lots of wood, so I've got some plans. I spent a long time today getting trees, building little houses, and searching all over for lava. You wouldn't think that it would be that difficult, but I dug a hole and I caved and I searched and I couldn't find any, and I dug tunnels and just spent literally like 4 hours looking for lava. I mean, I found ravines at the bottom of the world that were just completely dry, no lava. Finally found lava, so I got enough obsidian so that I can make a portal, and that's my plan. Today, I've got two plans. One, to build a bridge to get from here over to our little pig island over there, and then the second thing I want to do is to go back up to that spot where I had picked out last episode and make a portal. I'm probably going to construct a temporary structure around the portal and then later on replace it. I've got some dark wood and birch wood that I'm going to use for the bridge construction. Guess we should go from here. I just put this here, probably need to move. Now, the one good thing about all of the digging and tunneling that I did for trying to find lava is that I got quite a bit of materials. Like, you remember how I was completely out of iron and diamonds and all that good stuff? Well, I am not out of those anymore. I found over a stack of iron. I might have gotten over a stack of diamonds, but I don't have a fortune pick. So unfortunately that didn't quite work out. But I did get quite a lot of iron. And all of those golems that you saw are naturally spawned. I didn't build any of them. But, I'm trying to decide how I want to do this bridge. I think I want the, forgot half slabs you use axe on. I think I want the actual walking part to be this stuff, and then I think I want the sides of it to be dark wood. Sorry, I'm kind of out of it. So, anyway, I've been busy, and I'm happy that things are coming along. How do I want this bridge to go? I don't want it to be blocks. Or do I? Is that what I want? Actually, that is what I want, isn't it? I want it to be like that. Okay, so yesterday, I didn't get an episode up. I had recorded an episode, actually the episode that went up today. Well, it'll be yesterday for you. But anyway, the previous episode to this one, I had recorded and intended to go up a day earlier and rushed it. And I was trying to get to bed and tried to rush it and it didn't work. But I had to re-record it, or not re-record it, but re-render it, because I left the IP address, not just of this server in it, but of the Vintage Beef fan server as well. And I mean, of course, both servers are whitelisted, so it's not like you, I mean, even if you have the IP address, you can't join. But I decided, I had meant to edit it out, and there was just a bunch of like silence for like a minute while I was fiddling with the connection when my thing went down, so I had to redo that. Not a big deal, but kind of annoying. But I had a good day, at what I did. Why I had to go to bed so early, I wasn't sure I was going to tell you guys that I did this, but I am a nerd, as you may have gathered, and I went to, on Saturday, the 2012 Power MorphCon. Do you know what that is? Anybody know what that is? It's a Power Ranger convention. I may be a little older than most of you, but I was a big fan of the Power Rangers back in the mid-90s. Power Rangers came out in 93. I got into it in about 95. and I was a pretty big fan. And I was old enough at the time that I could enjoy it in a way that a lot of people couldn't, because I was a teenager, more or less. So I was a little old, but I never got to go to any conventions or anything. So they had a convention that was just about an hour drive from where I live, and I had a lot of fun. My favorite ranger back in the day, if you guys watched like the original series, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers before it all got weird, I was a fan of Billy, the Blue Ranger, the original Blue Ranger. I was a huge fan of Billy. And he kind of disappeared for a while. Like, he was on the show for the longest of any ranger at the time. All the rest of them left and got replaced, and he was on until a long time after the rest had kind of left. And when he left, when he stopped being on the show, I stopped watching, and then he kind of disappeared, you know. And this was before you could just like Google people or like IMDb them or anything, so it was really hard to keep track of him. And he recently came out as gay and has, you know, all sorts of crazy support for the Trevor Project, which is a hotline that, you know, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, intersex, whatever confused youth can contact and say, you know, hey, I'm feeling suicidal, I need help, and, you know, you can call them and they will help you out. And he's a real big advocate of that. Apparently he struggled a lot with his sexuality as he was growing up or on the show, and, you know, it's just, he was really, oh, it looks kind of cool. He struggled with it a lot, and now he has come back and really turned his life around, and, you know, is now advocating help for other people. And it was just really cool, and seeing him at the convention was just so good, because, you know, he was the Blue Ranger, so he was like the nerdy geeky one, which is why I liked him, you know, because I was the nerdy geeky one as a kid. But everybody else liked, you know, the Green Ranger or the Red Ranger or the White Ranger or whatever, because they were the leaders or the coolest ones or whatever. I never liked them. I mean, they were okay, but, you know, I really liked Billy, and a lot of people made fun of me for that as a kid, that I liked the nerd, you know, or whatever, the non-cool one. So seeing him show up at this convention on Saturday, you know, he walks into the room, and now this guy has not really, he's done like one other convention in the last like 20 years. So he walks into this room, and there's like maybe, I don't know, 500, 1,000 people in this room, and they just start cheering for him and give him a standing ovation, and just so much applause and cheering. And, you know, I'm not an emotional guy, but I got a little tear in my eye for a second there, because it just felt so good to kind of feel validated about not just liking him, but knowing that other people like him, and that he's loved and supported despite, you know, despite and because of all of the bullshit, you know, that he went through as a youth growing up, or dealing with the Power Rangers. And I mean, he got a lot of bad stuff happened to him. Not like jail or anything, but, you know, directors and people that should have been on his side were not on his side, you know, and made his life difficult. So, anyways, that was really cool. I wasn't sure that I would have a really good time going. It was, I go to quite a few conventions, so that wasn't a fear of mine, but I was just afraid that, like, you know, I'm not like a massive, huge Power Ranger fan, and a lot of people who are Power Ranger fans are like kind of obsessive about it. So, like, if you don't know every last detail about every last, you know, Zord and actor and trivia, random things, like, they can kind of get mean. And I'm not that kind of person. I've always liked the characters and the stories, and I'm not really into the Zords or the power aspect of it. It's kind of weird. But, yeah, so I wasn't sure I was going to have a good time. And, I mean, granted, there were definitely those people there, but they were easy to avoid, or, you know, just say, hey, I don't know, I'm not into that side of things. And most people seem to respect that or understand it. Do you think we should try these, like, sideways? No. Yeah, I think that looks good. Nope. Whew, okay, so, had a really good time there. I got to meet some friends that, you know, I only know from online, who were also there. There's a couple Power Ranger communities and things that I've seen or hung out with, and so I had a lot of fun doing that, just seeing people for the first time and hanging out. And of course I got to wait in line and meet David Yost, and that's the name of the actor who plays Billy, and I got to, get his autograph and get a picture with him, which, is basically like 20 years in the making. I mean, maybe 17, because I didn't get into Power Rangers until about 94, 95, but, which I know is long before most of you were even born. We're going to have a quick nap, and then we're going to look at that bridge in the daylight, and I think that bridge is more or less done. I don't need it to be anything fancy, it just needs to be functional. So, oh, and I guess I can show you my chest. I mean, I've got... Ooh, I've been busy. Look at all these eggs. I got a chicken farm downstairs, got a bunch of emeralds from the villagers, grabbed an Eye of Ender from one of the villagers, lots of lapis, diamonds from caving, or from looking for, freaking lava. I just can't believe it took me that long to find some lava. The fence around the village is not completely done. It's complete safe, but it's not double high everywhere, and I would like it to be double high everywhere. So, I don't know about that. I guess it looks okay. Probably need some torches on it to light it up. So, I got to meet David Yost, and that was really awesome, and his panel was really great, and I'm really glad I went. And in retrospect, I really wish that I had gone for the whole convention, because it went... I think it was a 3-day convention, and I only went for Saturday, which is fine, but, I kind of, in retrospect, would have liked to have spent a little more time there. And I got to meet some of the other Rangers, mostly the old school Rangers that I liked as a kid. Just really cool, and most of them still look so good. Like, sometimes you see actors and they get older and they just don't look anything like they did when you saw them 20 years ago, like on the shows or whatever, like, I don't know, Star Trek, You look at Spock. I mean, granted, Spock is frickin' 80 years old now versus being, 40 in the show. But all of these guys looked great still. I mean, they're martial artists or dancers or whatever, and so they still all look pretty amazing. I planted some random trees around here just to kind of get some terrain going. Eventually, I think I will have a lot more random trees. I will probably even have like a tree hill or something, because I will definitely need more wood. And I would like to take the trees that are in that village out, or at least most of them. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. How am I supposed to get back up to this stupid thing that I just pillared up last time? I don't even know if this is the right mountain. I've got one ender pearl because I killed one enderman that was in that ravine that had no lava in it. So I have one ender pearl. Should have brought a bunch with me. Okay, so we are up here, and I want to build that thing on that one. Of course. It's on the one that I'm not on. That's okay. More time to talk to you guys. So... Power Rangers, yeah. In recent years, I've rewatched, or not rewatched, but, well, I have rewatched, like, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger era, and it's bad. It's so bad, but I love it for, like, nostalgic reasons now. And I like it for, just the concept of it, like, the whole group of people working together to help save the world sort of thing is pretty cool when you think about it. But... I've also watched some of the later series, not all of them, but I caught up on, Power Rangers Zeo and Power Ranger Turbo. I've watched, like, the first few episodes of the newest series, Samurai, Power Ranger Samurai. It's not for me anymore. But I did like Power Rangers RPM, which I thought was shockingly good. I've made my nephew start watching that one. In fact, I've mentioned I have a 9-year-old nephew, and he really liked RPM. He was like, Power Rangers is for babies, and then he watched that one, and he was like, this is awesome! Now, granted, my nephew idolizes me. He thinks I am the coolest person ever. And, I mean, granted, I am. I mean, it's hard to argue with fact, but he thinks I am pretty amazing. So if I like something, he tends to like it. Like, I like Harry Potter, so therefore he thinks it's awesome. Otherwise, he might think it was for babies or something. He's one of those kids. But, yeah, so he's into RPM, which makes me happy because it gives me an excuse to rewatch it. Oh my god, I can't believe how difficult it was to get up here. So difficult. But anyway, yeah, had to spend a while re-uploading videos. YouTube is just being so slow right now, and then I had to re-render the one, and blah blah blah. Okay, so this is where we want to build the thing. I'm gonna have to find a better way to get up and down from here, though, because the whole point of your portal being up here is so that you can, like, get here and then go back. And oh, the bridge looks nice from up here. Looks like somebody actually lives here now. That's how I got up here last time. That sand pillar. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to. Well, you know what I'll probably do is I'll build a staircase inside of the mountain that exits from the bottom there somewhere. So let's clear out a little space and start building. I'll probably just make it out of wood for now, just because that's the material that I have on me right now. I think it eventually will be built out of something else. I was gonna cook up a bunch of smooth stone and do a bunch of stone brick, because I like the way stone brick looks. But if you follow my Let's Play on the Vintage Beef fan server, my Well Done series, I use stone brick in that build, and it's kind of like a castle build. And so I kind of want to go with something different, just to keep it interesting for me, so that I don't feel like I'm building the same thing over and over again. I would like to use something else, and I don't really have a wooden build, so I think I'm going to make it out of wood. And, I already had a bunch of wood that I harvest for the bridge, so it all works out. I'm sorry if this is boring, me flattening out this stuff. I'm going to just kind of build it up a little and see how it goes. I'll probably, well, I don't know if I'll show you guys the chicken pen that I made. It's not that exciting. It's just, a pen with a lot of chickens in it. The problem I had at first was that the freaking villagers kept falling into it, and I had to put a gate on it. It's nice that they don't open gates, so I guess this is good. The main thing I really want to do is just that, like, stuff is happening at spawn back home, back at the spawn village, and I just want to be able to get back and forth from there. So in order to do that, I have to reconnect to the frickin' Nether. I'm kind of afraid of it because I don't know where this is going to dump me, and there's a good chance that it's going to dump me, like, I mean, obviously it'll be in the Nether, but it could be, like, not protected. So, like, as soon as I step out, like, there could just be ghasts everywhere, and then I'll have to, like, build some sort of cobblestone box around my Nether portal so that the ghasts don't put it out or whatever. So I'm just a little paranoid about that. Alright, so I want this, when you step out of the portal, I want the village to be centered. So that seems about right. So let's put it, let's see, that's centered. I mean, technically, it's about here, but I don't want to build it out that much. I think we're going to put it here. I think that's good. Think I will put it under, these two will be under. Sometimes I like to build it on top so that you can see that, but I think in this case we're going to do it like this. Didn't really plan that out well. So I've been talking more about going to potentially to go to Minecon. I've started the process of getting my passport updated. My passport, I went to Japan in 2011. No, I mean 2011. 2001. And then so I had to get a passport for that. But passports are only good for 10 years. And so that means that it expired in 2011, and I just haven't. I went to England in 2007 and haven't used it since, and so I haven't had a reason to renew it. So I've started the process of renewing my passport, and it's going to take a while. Well, hopefully not too long, but I don't know what the cost is going to be. I don't know if they can just update it, or if I need to actually pay like it's a new passport. So started working on that. I just have to figure out the costs and everything. Anyway, let's go through this and see where it takes us. I don't have any cobble on me, so I may just dash in and out. I'm kind of scared as to where it's going to stick me. Okay, this looks not safe, but not super horrible. How do you put fire out there? Man, it's a good thing I didn't walk into that lava. Okay, so what we'll do eventually is probably close that side off, grab some of this glowstone. Nice. I mean, I'm not necessarily right. No, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Okay, nice. Nice amounts of glowstone. Out. Out. Okay, so there's potential here. I mean, obviously a ghast could spawn anywhere, so I definitely want to protect it. But I will have to come back at some point and get some cobble or netherrack or something just so that they can't see me. Where are we located? So, yeah, 1560. You know what? I want to write this down. You guys can just chillax while I grab this piece of paper. Negative 1568 and 96. Okay, so that's good. So I will be able to connect that to my original portal, the one that I made. That doesn't seem like it should be too far off because that one was at 1718. Do you guys remember? Okay, and the sun is setting. Beautiful. Yeah, that's nice. So when you walk out of the portal, you're just like bum 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 bum. I mean, it would be if you could actually see it. And of course, you could always jump. I think that's what we did one time, didn't we? So we'll just do that again. Hopefully this won't kill me, Alonzi! Woohoo! Worked. I did breed a couple of these pigs, but only 2 sets. So that would only be like 2 extra pigs that I bred. So that's just kind of crazy pig territory. Still deciding about the elephant. Still deciding about the elephant. Yeah, I like the bridge. It's nothing fancy, but it works. Oh, that's another thing I got is a bunch of coal when I was out there digging around looking for lava. I got to update my coal supply. I was basically living off of trees that I was turning into charcoal, so it's nice to actually have a decent amount of coal. Plus, that means, you know, I can use some of it to trade with the villagers. So let's take a quick tour of the village since it's night. Lots of iron golems. They are dangerous as hell. One of the villagers was like in a hole, and I was like trying to fill it in and punched him to get him out of the hole, and of course the iron golem nearly ripped my face off. That was crazy. So I've got a couple trees. I don't mind keeping some of the trees in the village, but I've got like a whole section, like from here all the way back to here is all trees. And that's great because I need trees, but ideally I would like this to all be houses. And it goes right into the temple. Obviously the temple still needs fences around it a little more safely. I mean, it keeps mobs out, but it's still not really safe. Skeletons can shoot you over it, and spiders of course can climb over it much easier than they can the double ones. So I've been putting up a lot of houses like this. It's not a very fancy house, but it has 8 doors on each side, 8 doors total, and it's a relatively minimal amount of materials like stone or sandstone. Sandstone is just so freaking difficult to get. So I've been putting up a lot of them, and they produce villagers well, basically. So there's that. Oh, this is closed off because the guy in here, there's like a priest that I've trapped in here. He is the one that does the Ender Eye, or the Eye of Ender. So I wanted to keep him there just so that I could trade with him whenever I wanted. Man, I have so many villagers at times, it just gets so difficult to find who is where and what's going on. So he is the only one I've trapped, but he is trapped nice and good. So there's nothing exciting here. Right now, this is my house of operations. It tends to get full of villagers. I mean, I had 10 in here earlier today when I was farming and stuff. I added this little extra room back here. You remember it was creeper blowed up? So I put this fence in here, and this leads to the chicken farm. I put it underground because chicken noise is so annoying. You have to be like 16 blocks away from them. So there they are. Chickens. And then this is where I originally started to go hunting for lava. I just said, okay, it's a spiral. You'll find lava eventually. If I didn't spiral directly into the lava, I figured I would just start, you know, basically branch mining until I hit a lava pool, because it's Minecraft and that's what you do. You hit a lava pool every 10 seconds. So I did that, and that goes that way and that way and that way, and all of these have like parts that branch off. And you would not believe how long I was down here searching for lava, and I didn't hear anything, I didn't see anything. I started getting lost, just digging endless tunnels in random directions just forever, and giving up. I mean, so this goes to here, and then I was like, I'm just gonna go this way. Probably got some coal there or something. Oh, probably my pick broke here. But, I mean, each one of those directions goes this way. One of them, like, led to a ravine that had an enderman in it with no freaking lava. I was down here forever, and then eventually I gave up. I was like, apparently I've just spawned in, like, the one spot where there's no lava, so I just wandered off, like, into the jungle and just started digging, like, 1x2 holes straight down, and those were not successful either. I mean, I did so many of those with no luck. I mean, just straight down. So look, this one goes off that way. I probably got coal there. I mean, you can just see how, like, freaking crazy these are. I was like, oh, I found a cave! I finally found a cave! Yes! Cave! And it goes to here. And, like, here. It's, like, the dumbest little cave. It's just like, are you serious? Are you freaking serious? Anyway, I know you guys don't want to watch me wandering around a cave all the time, and my chicken is getting low. And I appear to be lost already in this tiny little cave. Alright, so anyway, I had a whole lot of fun at the Power Ranger convention, and I know that's super nerdy, but I think that's what you guys have come to expect from me, nerdiness. Yeah, you can see how I started getting lost in here, but I think it's straight. I am looking forward to Minecon. I mean, I had a lot of fun at the Power Ranger convention, so I'm kind of hoping that this will be more of the same, and talking to other people and seeing who else is going, and of course a bunch of the Minecraft guys are going, so it'd be cool to get to meet some of them. And I've come to a dead end. Apparently I overshot it. You guys probably saw it and are laughing at me now. Is this it? Nope, but that is some coal. That's another thing. I don't have any fortune picks yet, so I might have to... Like, I've been resisting... Like, I brought my enchanting table over from the other village, but I've been resisting getting books and stuff going for it, just because I don't want to have to move them again when I re-establish myself over on the actual Extreme Hills biome. But I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of like, why don't I just do it, and then I can get a Silk Touch pick and take care of the books, or, you know, deal with that later. Okay, here we go. This is the top. So, I feel like we got a little bit done. I will probably work on that portal tunnel off camera. You guys don't need to watch me digging and reconnecting that back up. So hopefully the next time I record, I will be back at spawn. Well, not necessarily back at spawn, but I will have a way to get back to spawn. And we can start actually laying foundation for a new build at the Extreme Hills. I don't think I'm going to live in the elephant. Some people said that I should live in the elephant, and I might, but I don't think I am. I think that's going to be like a statue kind of, or a kind of like a Mount Rushmore thing, and then I will live on the opposite hill. But you never know. Change my mind. We'll see how it looks. And who knows? I mean, the elephant is just a tentative thing. I might decide that that's stupid too. We'll see. And somebody else asked if I would do like a question and answer thing. I don't think I have enough viewers or people interested in me to actually like dedicate like a section of my video to actual question and answer. But if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, feel free. If I like the question, I will answer it. If I don't like the question, I won't answer it. Simple as that. As long as you guys won't be offended if I don't answer every question, I have no problem doing like a Q&A. So ask away, you know, ask away. And I will, you know, if you like a little shout out when I do it, I can certainly do that as well. So I think that is it. Perfect timing. Yeah, get out of my house, man. I think that's it. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. My name is Ryder. Oh, hey, look at the portal. We can see the portal from here. That's kind of cool. I'm sorry. We're not going to sign off quite yet. I want to look at it from this tree. If I can get up on this tree. Can I get up on this tree? Yes. We can do this. Huh. That's kind of cool. Let's see it all the way from here. And I don't even have my render distance that far. And a little bridge. Not much, but it's something. I'm pretty happy. And the sun is rising, so that's nice. Alright, so, as I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, or if you have any questions, or if you have any comments. I always love getting comments from you guys. I try to reply to everyone. If you have an interesting comment, I will try to reply to it. Of course, I always appreciate likes and views, and tell your friends. I've been hitting 880 subscribers over and over and over. So like I'll get someone, and then I'll lose someone, then I'll get someone, then I'll lose someone. So I can't seem to like get to 900. It's kind of weird. So if you've got a friend or somebody that you think might enjoy my videos, send them this way. Would definitely appreciate getting that 1,000. And I do plan to eventually have a 1,111 subscriber special of some sort. So the more people I get, the faster we'll get to that number, and the sooner you guys can win another magnet or have a contest to get on the server or something. So, anyway, appreciate you guys watching and commenting. As always, my name is Ryder. See you guys next time.